At the end of April, the Scottish Government published new equality outcomes for the period to 2029. We are required to set these every 4 years under the Equality Act 2010, and they are intended to enable us to better fulfil the public sector equality duty, which is part of the Act. We have chosen to focus on 2 of our 3 outcomes on strengthening the collection, the analysis and publication of equality evidence, and on embedding lived experience and participation at the heart of our work. This reflects our commitment to ensuring that the voices of women and girls most affected by inequality shape our policies and decisions. But across government, we can also point to where lived experience approaches are making a difference right now. For example, our funding of the sexual assault coordination services, which the Cabinet Secretary mentioned, includes funding for a patient advocate who helps to ensure that women's lived experience is reflected in policy development. And, of course, the Empowering Women panel has been working directly with the Scottish Government civil servants on the design of our school-age childcare programme. I would also like to address the point that was raised on non-fatal strangulation. We are aware and understand why Fiona Druitt has submitted her petition on non-fatal strangulation and recognise the significant physical and psychological impact that this type of criminality has on victims. The Scottish Government has committed to a comprehensive assessment of the law to see if further action needs to be taken, and will also look at the Criminal Justice Committee's evidence session on the 21st of May as part of that wider consideration in this area. I'd also like to address, I think it was Rona Mackay, Karen Adam and many others that talked about gender budgeting. We are, to give the Chamber reassurance, changing the way that we think about how, on our spending decisions, I'll finish my sentence, that can help women and girls through gender budgeting, including further pilot activity on gender budget tagging for the 2026-27 budget, which is building on our work with the OECD. On the 26th of February 2025, my Cabinet Secretary committed to developing a national gender strategy, which is co-designed with the NAC, and EWP, the Empowering Women panel, and wider groups of women with diverse lived experience as well. So I hope that gives some reassurance on gender budgeting and how we take that very seriously. I also welcome the contributions that were made raising the issue of unpaid carers, and I think Karen Adam illustrated that very well, and the recognition that around 73% of unpaid carers are women. And I'd like to highlight the fact that this government is investing £522 million in 2025-26 to deliver 3 benefits to support unpaid carers. Members, this debate afternoon marks the publication of the Scottish Government's first annual statement on gender policy coherence. It describes the significant range of activity going on across government to make the lives of women and girls in Scotland better, and it sets a benchmark against which we can measure progress in the years to come. The former UN Secretary-General Kofi Annan said, "Gender equality is more than a goal itself. It is a precondition for meeting the challenge of reducing poverty, sustainable development promotion and building good governance." In this respect, we all have a stake in the realisation of greater equality for women and girls in Scotland.